I'm here today talking about a little bit about maintenance and disc brakes and what to look for when you are figuring if you need to change your brake pads or not. First indication, of course, a squeaky brake. Maybe have a little bit of fluid on the disc brake pad. That's going to make it a little bit noisy. Also another indication, grinding noise as well. It's a good indication that you might need your brake pads replaced. Also recommended, change of fluid about every 2 years. That keeps the system feeling nice and new. They recommend to change your rotors every 3 times you change your brake pads. So every 3rd time that you change your brakes, you have to change your rotors because the rotors do tend to wear a little bit. So they do recommend to do that. If you do have a full suspension mountain bike, they recommend for you to do a service every 150 hours per rear suspension and front suspension, of course. Also on the command post, if you do have an adjustable seat post like this bike does, they recommend this service every 60 to 70 hours per use. And we can do that in-house. We do have all the tools to do that. Most of the rear shocks rebuilds and also fork rebuilds have to go back to the factory. On some of the, of course, the Fox rear shock, and then the Rock shock goes back to the factory. Pretty, about a turnaround time anywhere between a week to a week and a half. But it's good to definitely get that done if you have a lot of riding hours on the rear shock and on the front fork, and also the command post. So if you have any further questions as far as disc brakes go, you're more than welcome to come down to the bike pile in San Pedro and pick my brain.